So as you can tell by the title of this video, I will be just talking about, a general topic and, chatting to you. If you want to see the workout is at the end of this whole talking segment. I just think it's a very good, topic to go over, especially seeing as I've been targeting more beginners and, stuff like that. But anyway, a bit of a backstory on me, because it's about how people get into the gym. This used to be me, so this image here. I used to be extremely skinny, mainly because of my nutritional, intake. So when I was in high school, I developed ED. ED meaning I don't eat normally, and I didn't eat pretty much anything when I was, in school, which led to me only having breakfast and tea, basically. And I can tell you this much, it wasn't really much calories in those meals. Nothing to do with my parents. Like my parents, they just thought, oh yeah, we'll do this for tea and you'll have this for breakfast kind of thing. But I kind of developed ED through, when I used to look like that, I got bullied a lot. I've been bullied throughout my life, and I developed an eating disorder. Oh well, I can't. I don't know if YouTube will strike that, but I developed ED through being bullied. People saying to off myself, people saying horrible stuff about my mum and dad, saying I don't belong here, saying I'm ugly, I'm fat, I'm skinny, all this shit, right? I had that throughout high school and throughout primary school, basically. And it affected me for so long, to the point where this new gym opened up, right? And the first time I went to the gym, so like a actual gym, I didn't go, and I got my money back, right? Because I was too scared. I was too scared of what other people think of me, and because that's the thing with a lot of people. People are too scared of what other people will think. Now, at this stage, I definitely thought that, and I was doing myself a disservice by not getting into, fitness and stuff. So I went to a different gym with my mum. So that's how I started. I started eating more because I'm burning more calories. I need more calories. My body's sending all those chemicals to my brain. Eat more, and that kind of thing. As I mainly went, I like to say in my head, I went for my martial arts stuff. I kind of that kind of thing. So I wanted to get stronger, hit harder. And I suppose behind all that was like this outward shell of wanting to be more tough, so no one can hurt me again. Now, through my development in the gym, I met people along the way. I became more confident, because I finally have fucking abs. I have like a bit of muscle on me. I look slightly okay, I'll put up a picture of what I look like, but what I used to look like. But yeah, there I got more confidence and I felt a lot better about myself. And that was just pure like abs, legs, like martial art training basically. And then I moved into powerlifting, bodybuilding kind of stuff when I got introduced to my friends and stuff that I have today. And in a way, that just like motivated me to get stronger and better and stuff. Now, the whole reason I'm making this video is because I saw a thing on my phone. So this guy talking about, I posted this TikTok and people were saying, oh, bodybuilders are ugly, I don't really like muscles and all sorts. So this is the reason why I'm making this video, is because so many people care about what other people think like I used to. Like, some people may have preferred me skinny. Some people may prefer me fat. Some people may prefer me muscly. It doesn't matter. In my personal opinion, if you go to the gym with a sole purpose of being the best version of yourself, you shouldn't care what other people think. Because other people's opinions will change over time, as well as, you know, when I was skinny, people picked on me. You know, they thought I was, you know, they basically spat on me in a metaphorical sense. And then when I got bigger, they started calling me a twat. You know, saying, oh, I'm too egotistical and, you know, all this. When I wasn't. You know, I'm still kind of the same person, just with way more confidence than you were used to. How is that egotistical? And to thoroughly be proud in what I've managed to achieve in 2.5 years of, you know, I used to be below 70 kilos and now I'm like 93 kilos in the morning. Like, that's crazy to me. When I was down at the skinny end, I never thought I would get like this. You know, I never thought I would get as far as I have. And that's the beauty of the gym. You know, you never know how hard and your potential. You never know your potential until you try. Like, you know, you need to try these things. And, you know, I'm a firm believer in everyone has a chance to get their dream physique, you know, or be the best version of themselves. And I know a lot of people out there, you know, go to the gym, start off with heartbreak or being bullied or, you know, stuff like that. Those will last you probably 6 months max, those motivational factors. What happens when it gets to the 6 months? What are you going to do? You find a new person, you're just going to go off it. Or if you've become more confident, you're just going to cruise at it. I don't think that's the way people should go, you know. I believe if you thoroughly try, you'll honestly fall in love with what you have done, because that's how I managed to not give a shit. Because honestly, the gym and other people, you know, the gym has done way more for me than any therapy really has ever. I've gone through 7 therapists, right? I've even gone through a psychologist. They didn't manage to, you know, do what the gym's managed to do for me. The gym had given me freedom. The gym gave me my confidence. The gym has given me everything I could ever want, you know, in more of a personal thing. And even for women out there, you know, some guys out there will say muscles are too masculine. Like, I will show you a woman here. She's quite a good role model. I'll try and put a thing in here. But anyway, if there's any women watching at all, but you know, some people may consider her too muscly, but she's happy. That's the whole point, you know, because she wants to improve herself, and that's how she wants to improve herself. If she wants to become what she wants to become, that's fine. And it makes her happy. And this shit makes me happy. I don't care if someone says, oh, he's a bit too muscly, oh, he's a bit too this. I don't care. I could not give a single fuck, because the amount of happiness I've got from the gym is 10 times more than I've got from relationships. I can tell you this much: if I didn't have the gym, I would be dead. End of conversation. If I didn't have relationships, I'd still be here. I'd just still have the gym. Hence why I would pick the gym over a partner any day. And that's the truth. If someone told me, you're getting too big, like that Noel Diesel video, you're getting too big, I'll leave you. Fine. It makes me fucking happy, you know. And I suppose that's the way you gotta see it. You know, this fitness journey you're on will make you more happy in the long run than someone that might tear you down. You know, this person that doesn't like you, this person who wants you to not be as good as them. Like, that's my thorough belief. If you're out there and you're not doing it for someone else, find something else. If you thoroughly enjoy what you're doing, that's the best part of the motivation, because you enjoy it. You know, yes, there will be some days you don't want to do it, like leg day, mainly for me, because it's so much in one day. But it's worth it. I see it as worth it. And so should you. But anyway, thanks for listening to this segment, and we'll be getting on to chest and arms strength kind of day, and then leg day. So yeah, you get to see the accessory days that I do, and I do this every week. So yeah, see my weekly training. So, but anyway, we'll get straight into chest and arms. Now on to some tempo bench, going a bit heavier this week, only by a bit, 2.5 kilos heavier. So just challenging myself a bit more. Definitely felt a bit heavier, but I'd say it's working. You know, the tempos, they'll be working their magic, because my shoulder's getting better and stuff like that. So yeah, all's looking good for, you know, bench and everything, starting to progress a bit more, but hopefully by the end of these 3 blocks I get up to 130 at least. So that's what I'm hoping for. And yeah, for like a 1 rep, currently I'm trying to like use momentum during this week to inevitably be able to bench 130 again. So I definitely think it's possible. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, and then keep progressing after that. But yeah, on with tempo bench, trying to keep it as slow as possible. Hence why the sets are so long. It's just like you know, you're able to like strengthen yourself if you manage to control the weights so slowly. So that's the theory behind it. And yeah, although torturous, but at least they help with the bench, because I won't be doing like Larsen press until I reach 140. So that'll be like until I reach 140, to be honest, because, you know, yeah, with Larsen press, it's mainly just like the upper body stuff, and I think now I need to just like focus on tensing my body and holding that, you know, holding all that tension in my body throughout the movement. So by doing tempo and stuff like that, I'm able to become stronger and you know, be able to get my technique sorted, because sometimes my technique is the thing that gets me injured. So I'm trying to not get injured this time, which is a major plus on my part, because I'm known for it, unfortunately. So, but anyway, on to some skull crushers, because I couldn't get incline barbell in time. And yeah, doing some skull crushers. Two of my mates helping me with that. And yeah, skull crushers mainly to help with strengthen the tricep and stuff like that. Usually I'd do incline bench straight after, but it wasn't available when I managed to do my skull crushers. So I just said to myself, well, I'm not wasting my time, because time is precious. So I'm just gonna do some skull crushers instead. So yeah, I managed to do those, and with 50 kilos, felt pretty light compared to a few times. So might see the weight go up a bit, and yeah, progression and everything, very, very good. So, and I mean, I did it like without any wraps, so I think wrapless might be the new thing, as well as I just felt it a bit more in my forearm as well, you know, pressing the weight up kind of thing. So, new forearm exercise as well. And now onto incline press, not doing much because, yet again, shoulder, need to be careful of that. And yeah, 80 kilos, fairly easy. And yeah, not pushing myself really too far with this, but definitely got a bit of stimulation on the chest. But it's mainly for like strength and, you know, stability purposes. I do incline press just to you know, add more volume to bench pressing, and hopefully in the long run I'll able to you know, I'll able to build those muscles back up and, you know, make me a lot better at benching. So just got hope for that, and yeah, hope everything goes fairly well. So that's all the strength stuff done, and then I go on to the more hypertrophic, whatever the fuck you want to call it, exercises. So like lateral raises, which you'll see here. Doing my lateral raises with a cable, as I do believe this is probably the better variant. And as you can see, I'm tucking down my back and like almost pushing my shoulder blades to the floor, so I can get full like, you know, like full motion of the, you know, shoulders and everything. So I just tend to find that trick usually helps, because in the grand scheme of it, you can sometimes get your, you know, traps involved way too much, to the point where it's overpowering your, you know, your shoulder development, which I tend to find a lot of people do, which you can see by their shoulders, their traps definitely do take over. So just a bit of a tip from a large shouldered individual like myself, a bolder shoulder, more plates, less dates kind of individual. But yeah, it's just the kind of technique that I use to you know, power it up. And then when it comes to like my third set, which you'll see here, I'm doing like a drop set, so doing it very quickly, just trying to, you know, fatigue the muscle and stuff. And yeah, I think I'll be more because my arms have grown and, you know, stuff. I'll probably be a lot more harder with you know, going a lot more harder with shoulders, because yes, they're more dominant part, but my arms have catched up a bit now that I don't look like what is it, a stick man with you know, them NFL things. I don't know what they are. You know, what they wear, like the shield stuff, and I don't know. I'm not much of a American handball fan. I don't know why they call it football. But anyway, on to some tricep push downs. Getting that tricep nice and good. I did do some tricep extensions here, but unfortunately I didn't record them. But oh well, it's only triceps. You know the gist now. By now, if you've been watching my videos and stuff, I like doing extensions and then doing some push downs just to finish it off. And then straight after triceps, I'll be doing some preach curls, which you'll be able to see in a minute. Not in a minute, like 10 seconds and 5 seconds. But yeah, preach curls, just get that bit over and done with, you know, just a bit of hypertrophy on the arms, because yet again, still need a bit of arm development until I'm quite satisfied. So yeah, that's pretty much the chest and arms day that I do. And yeah, enjoy the rest of the posing and workout, and then we'll be straight on to legs. Now onto some pause squats, everybody's favorite. Yeah, if you haven't noticed, I have done 55, 155, and then I've gone down to 150. The reasoning of this is I just want to get a bit progressively better, because I felt like 160 might have been a bit of a push for 3 reps, paused. But I felt like I can do 5 reps with 150. So yeah, it's just like by doing pause reps, I'm able to be more comfortable in the bottom position and stuff, which tends to be where I feel the most like discomfort. So hopefully by being able to do pause squats and get quite strong at them, I'll be able to squat a lot more and feel it a lot better. But in the grand scheme of it, squats going fairly well in terms of like depth. Depth is kind of there. It's not like perfect, but with most of my reps, it is going like below the knee fold thing. And yeah, I'd definitely say my reps have improved, and I'm no longer half repping. So yes, I will be getting up to 230, not paused, but 230 squat, hopefully very soon. So yeah, I'll be very, very chuffed with that. Now on to some RDLs to help with my deadlift. Doing 160 with wraps and shit. But yeah, trying to get strong in stiff leg deadlift, or RDLs as people call it. Just trying to push my ass back instead of like the regular deadlift, if you know what I mean. And by doing this, just strengthening the hamstrings, and it also does a bit of hypertrophy as well, which is always a bonus. And yeah, trying to get some strong ass legs, because people like to flame me for my apparently tiny legs, even though I like to think they're at least, decent to my upper body. I don't have the biggest legs in the world, I understand, but they are 27 inches, which relative to my waist, that's a 6-inch difference, which 6 inches is massive. For all my boys out there, 6 inches is fucking huge. So yeah, I'd say that's at least decent. And yeah, then afterwards going on to some Bulgarian split squats. Gotta love these. Paused as well. I hate myself. I don't know why I even put that in, but it's elevated just so I can get a bit deeper, because I tend to find my knee hits the floor. So yeah, just there, just in case. I have wraps on because I remember last time I just couldn't get the reps because my hands were just giving out. Even with chalk, like my hands just gave out and cramped up way more. So I decided to wrap them up. And the reason I use a belt as well is just because like I use my lower back a fucking ton. So I'm trying to prevent using my lower back, hence why I'm using on bench, because then it prevents me using my back muscles, and I have all my stability there. But I'd say it's not much of a, it helps, but like it's in a more I want to get more reps kind of thing, because if I was doing it beltless, I'd be doing like 4 reps, because my lower back would give out and then my grip would give out, and then I'm just preventing these factors so my legs get a lot stronger, and so I can eventually get up to a comfortable stage where I can just do it like completely fine anyway. So but yeah, anyway, onto some leg press, starting off with 100 and then going to 80 I believe, and then 50, so like a bit of a drop set kind of thing going on here. And yeah, very good, especially when I'm doing like the double leg afterwards. I definitely find after doing that it feels a lot better, because with my quads, I tend to I don't have much of a teardrop muscle. I have I won't say they're the best quads in the world at all. I'd say they're meaty, but not really in the way aesthetically meaty. So I'm trying to like get that teardrop muscle. I forget why it's called. But yeah, just trying to get that muscle activated and, you know, stimulated, because when everyone's looking at me in shorts, they're just thinking, wow, this guy has tiny legs. Absolute weirdo. He just does upper body. But that's neither by the by. But who cares what other people think? I mean, all I'm trying to do is improve my quads, which can at least respect me for doing that. Not many guys do that. I want some decent ass quads. I don't want some half-ass quads. I want some decent quads, because I'd say it completes the physique. You know, if you got some like good pair of legs, as well as a good pair of good upper body, I'd say it complements it. You know, makes it more like full and stuff. So chase them aesthetics, and yeah, hopefully get there and look at least semi what David Lade would look like. But you know, that's fairly impossible because I'm 1 inch shorter and probably not even half as good looking as David Lade. So, but in anywho, I'm still training my best. I'm still trying to, you know, be successful in the world of lifting, and you know, trying to get my squat up, trying to get my legs bigger. You know, all them kinds of things will hopefully add up over time. So yeah, I mean, single leg press, I just prefer it in terms of, you know, range of motion, you know, focusing on one leg as well as the other, and then doing both afterwards with like more of a V shape. It just helps that extra bit. I mean, you'll see with my leg extensions, I do single leg as well, but that's just because I basically full stack the machine, so I just go with one leg, which makes it a lot harder, and also focuses more on, you know, the each like muscle in the leg and stuff. Just helps it balance out and stuff. Just in case I may have any imbalances in my legs, which I don't know of, but I now know that I have an imbalance in my lats, which is amazing. You'd probably think, what have you been doing, man, to get that, you know, imbalance? I don't know. I'm not much of a, you know, doomslayer on my own Johnson, so I wouldn't know if one side is bigger than the other. So, but anyway, yeah, more onto leg extensions. It's just more of a, you know, thing I like to do, because yeah, as well as like pushing the seat back a bit more, because some people don't know this. Well, the more you're further back, the more your rectus femoris gets activated. So I put it to a point where it's in that stretch position and stuff. So yeah, I'd say it definitely works, because I just feel it a lot more, and you know, I don't see the point on like, you know, continuously doing double leg, because I max out the machine anyway. So by doing single leg, it just helps, and yeah, I can finally put the pin at a decent height, because if you've never tried Techno Gym, when it comes to full stacking it, you have to literally bend over the machine and, you know, try and get in the crevice that has the full weight. So yeah, it's just a bit annoying, that bit. So I'd say it saves time as well. But yeah, then I went on to like some adductors mainly for squat, because I have a wide stance. It just like helps when I'm in that, you know, stance as well. By strengthening my adductors, I can, you know, lift a lot more, and also it helps with like hip flexibility apparently. So I need that, because my flexibility is shite, and yeah, very shocking. So but yeah, I might make a video on how I warm up for squats and stuff, and, you know, stuff like that, stuff you can do. and etc. really. But yeah, then the last thing, hamstring curls, which you all know if you've seen this channel. No calves, because calves are genetics, I swear. But yeah, hamstring curls just to finish off hamstrings, and then pose down, which enjoy the rest of the video.